So often I see people come to us that started up a business in building construction, obviously doing the bookkeeping themselves initially, or the wife helping them with it, or a business partner helping with it. And then as they get busier, often the bookkeeping falls behind, takes them away from family and friends, and also it prevents them from scaling their business and bringing in the projects, because this takes up a lot of their time as well. So when we have a client sign up with us, we have a specific process that we follow. Initially we do an onboard meeting with them on the first day, and we set expectations on both sides. It's a partnership. We're a running partner, we grow with their business and we form good habits. So it helps our workflow and it also helps the client's workflow if we set a good routine. So in order for us to make sure that the data is accurate, we do rely on the client's input as well. So day to day then, once all the systems are set up correctly, we use a document feeding software as well, where we can automate the data entry. There's less double handling and less risk of errors, and you can actually trust the data more.
Yeah, Nadia and the whole bookkeeping team over at Xact have been awesome. They've just streamlined the whole process from when the job starts to when it finishes. We have our set days, everything goes out on time, everything comes in on time. So they've been awesome, helping us sort of grow our company, but also helping us streamline with our softwares and all our bookkeeping, yeah.
So when business owners do not have to wear so many hats, they can actually focus on what they're good at to grow the business. I can't build a house, and the same for them. They need to focus on what they're good at, and often it's a big relief for them when they are able to take off that hat.
It just allows a lot more time for, as I said, with our sales. I go away a lot more now. I know when I used to go on holidays, my phone, I'd always have it on roaming, so I'd just be copping calls, emails, a whole lot, non-stop. And then I'd be trying to do my paperwork overseas. Now I get away 2 to 3 times a year. Everything still runs like a well-oiled machine. Sometimes I won't even tell many people that I am away. Everything just seems to keep rolling and keep moving forward, which is awesome.
What also sets us apart is we're not a traditional bookkeeping service. We're also very systems focused. So we know all of the project management softwares, or most of them. There's quite a few out there. And we also get involved in the integration setup into the accounting software. If it's something that we can't set up ourselves, we can actually reach out, and we do that often, and we work with them to make sure that the integration is set up correctly and the data flows properly.
I've sort of switched around to a few different softwares, and we've sort of found the right one for our workflow at the moment. It's been Buildertrend. I know in the past some accountants weren't very familiar with it, so it was good with Xact because they were right around Buildertrend. So doing all the purchase orders, grabbing out time clocks, changing things up if anything was wrong. There's definitely some good softwares out there, but without you using the integrations, or not using them at their full capacity, they can just be a bit of a waste of money otherwise.
So we've got our whole team of about 20. And what we do when we onboard a new client, we actually maintain the Xero file on a daily basis. We don't leave it and create this bottleneck when BAS is due and then everything goes crazy. We make sure that the accounts are processed daily, and then making sure that they stay on top of the payments weekly as well. And that also includes weekly payrolls, monthly, fortnightly payrolls, making sure that the business is compliant. But the main thing is that we want to make sure that the accounts are up to date, nice and clean, so that business owners can make proper business decisions.
Nadia and the bookkeeping team just keeping me accountable on top of my books and making sure everything's working in a certain structure. And then if there is any issues, there's a big team there. So there's about 4 of them that are on top of my account. So there's always somebody to answer all my questions. It's freed up a lot more time for me. I do have obviously people on the jobs, hands-on, running the jobs, all the rest of it. I love doing my sales now, so I love obviously meeting new clients, nurturing old ones, and yeah, so I get to spend a lot more time, I guess, on the more back office stuff, or working on the business now, which is awesome.
Our team is communicating with their clients on a daily basis or a weekly basis, depending on the size of the client. And having open communications with your bookkeeper that's assigned to you on a regular basis is super important, because they are in the operations of your business almost on a daily basis. It's about forming that trust relationship with your assigned bookkeeper, and we don't pass the clients around, to have better ownership of the clients and more clarity on the job that needs to be done.